Greetings and welcome to a special edition of Nick's Impromptu Reviews. I am Nick and today it is November 28th, Thursday, 2013, which means that it's Thanksgiving. So to all you viewers out there, I hope you guys are having a good one. Hope that you're with your families, eating lots of turkey. As you can see, I'm getting ready for football. I'm ready for my Oakland Raiders to play Dallas later today. And I also have a turkey roasting in the oven and probably head over to my mother's house after this. But anyways, because the holiday season is officially kick-started, I'm going to talk about my top 5 holiday games that you can play with your family. Now, they're not necessarily holiday themed, and I'm not including like those traditional ones like Monopoly, Yahtzee, or anything like that because, well, frankly, they're not that fun. Okay, but these are the games that I recommend that you play with your families because usually, or more times than not, your family are not. They're not gamers, right? They're not true gamers, and you probably have a lot of kids mixed in. So you want something real fun and light, but just fun for the entire family. And board games are such a good way to bond with your family. I highly recommend, especially during Thanksgiving. I'm gonna probably play a few games with my nephews and my mother and sisters and all that, and they're not gamers at all. And so these are the top 5 games that I recommend playing with your family during the holidays. Okay, and most of them are gateway games, and the gateway games, like I said, are they're probably one of my favorite ones because you can play it with, you can introduce it to people. But these gateway games, they're very light, but they're more strategic than those traditional games like Monopoly or Yahtzee, and it kind of maybe a little bit of, and the reason why they call it a gateway game, maybe introduce them to a more complex world of Euro style games. Okay, and I also have one party game among this top 5 that you can probably buy at Toys R Us and stuff, but it's still a fun game, and I'll tell you why. Okay, so let's get this thing started. All right, so at number 5, I have Ticket to Ride. Okay, and now I reviewed this game before, and I said this is my number 1 gateway game, and yes, it is. It still is my number 1 gateway game. Ticket to Ride, it's a train connecting game, real easy. It uses a gin rummy mechanic. You collect cards of the same color, and when you have enough of the same color to complete a route, you just fill in the trains. It looks real beautiful. The board looks real beautiful, and it's real easy and an elegant game. One of the best designed games out there, and it's recommended for your family. Okay. At number 4, and I just reviewed this recently, is King of Tokyo. Now, King of Tokyo, it is a Yahtzee style game, but it's Yahtzee on steroids. Okay, that's the best way I can put it. You roll the dice, you roll dice, and you use the same mechanic as Yahtzee. You keep the ones you want, and you can re-roll the rest up to 3 times. Okay, and then whatever you have at the end, you use. Okay, and the theme is basically you're a bunch of monsters, and you're trying to either beat each other up or cause the most destruction in Tokyo. And whoever reaches a victory point limit of 20 or kills everybody wins the game. Real fun, lots, and highly recommended for kids. Kids love this one too. All right. Okay, at number 3, I have Dixit. Now, Dixit really surprised me. I know Ticket to Ride is my number 1 gateway game. This is a very close second. It's very similar to Apples, except frankly, it's a lot better. Okay, rather than using, I think in Apples you use phrases and words. This one uses these really abstract art. Okay, and what you have to do, and I don't know if you can, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but it has all these cards with unique art on it, and every card is different. And what players have to do, like one person will be the storyteller, and they have to describe the picture as creatively as possible with having some people guess it, but not everyone. So if you're too clear on describing a picture, you're getting no points. If you're too vague and nobody guesses the picture, you get no points as well. So you want to be creative. You want to be as creative as possible. You want some people to get it, but some not. A very good right brain game. I introduced this game to a lot of people, especially a lot of my coworkers, and they absolutely love this game. It's a beautiful game, beautiful art, and very right brainy. Okay, so the only drawback I have is that you can't play with shy people, okay, because you really have to be creative, and everyone will have to be a storyteller. And when I mean storyteller, they don't have to tell a story. They can say a word, a clue, a phrase, anything like that, and that should be enough. But there are some people who say, "Oh, I don't want to." I found out it doesn't work good with shy people. But Dixit, another recommendation. Okay, number 2. Okay, now this is my one party game I have here. It's not necessarily a gateway game, but this is a game that's been around for a while, and you can buy it at like Toys R Us or Walmart, and that's Wits and Wagers. And Wits and Wagers, it's basically a trivia game, kind of like what was that one, Card Sharks, I think, where you have to guess a number as best you can, and like, let's say how many hairs in an average human head, okay, and then you write down the number, or how many Americans own credit cards, or in the United States. And so you try to make a guess, and whoever gets you put your answers, and then you get to wager on whose number is the closest. Okay, so you do not have to necessarily know trivia. You can make a nice, educated guess of a number, and yeah, there's really no way like the biggest trivia nerd out there won't dominate this game. It's all a numbers game. So. And it has this good betting mechanic, which is really, really nice. So if you're sure about one, you can bet all your chips on that. Or if you're not sure, I'll bet a little bit on it, or a little bit on that, and maybe a little bit on mine. Okay, so this is a really good family game. And also, there's a family version. If you have little kids, there's a family version called Wits and Wagers Family, which has easier questions, like, I don't know, how many albums Miley Cyrus made or whatever, something like that. Okay, but yeah, there's a Wits and Wagers Family version, and that one's recommended as well. Okay, and now my number 1 family game, or game to play during the holidays, is Pitch Car. Now, Pitch Car, oh man, this game is just fun for everyone of all ages. And let me show you a little bit of it. Okay, I am fortunate enough, or I don't know, stupid enough to buy every expansion because it's pretty expensive. But it's basically a dexterity game, and what you do is that you build these tracks out of these nice sturdy wooden tracks with little plastic railings on it, and then you just race these little discs, and these discs represent the cars, and you just use your whatever means possible, and just flick it around the track. Now, really easy, but it is so much fun, especially when you can make these cool tracks, and there's a little diagram of all the tracks you can make. And I also have one that has ramps and all of that. It is such a cool game, and I broke this out a couple weeks ago, and I'm gonna play it again tonight with my nieces and nephews and my family. It's so fun. It's just flicking discs around a track, and it's a race game. And anyone can play it, and the kids absolutely love it. Man, I wish they had this game when I was a kid, because I'd probably still be playing it at this age. But yeah, this game is pure fun, and man, I can imagine people just taking this out during the holidays for Christmas and just breaking out a track and playing this game with everyone. Lots of fun, and last time I played it, everyone had a blast. All right, so that is my top 5, okay? And just to let you know that board games, I think it's a great way to bond with the family and to have a lot of fun. So I highly recommend just grabbing anything, even if it is, I know I always rip on Monopoly and all that, but whatever game you play, I think it's good to play a board game with the family. It just, forget all your problems, forget the real world, just sit down and have one moment of fun with the people you love. Okay, so I highly recommend playing a board game during Thanksgiving. So with that, everyone have a great Thanksgiving and have a good holiday season. Okay, from my family to yours, happy holidays. Bye-bye.